Hi friends, Suzanne here. Welcome to another paper pumpkin alternative video on my YouTube channel and blog. If you're new to my channel, I want to say hi. This video will share alternative projects to stretch your paper pumpkin supplies. If you don't know what paper pumpkin is, click the link in the description box below and check it out. So come along with me as I attempt to create out of the box. This is the paper pumpkin kit for October 2025. It is entitled Cozy Christmas. It has the supplies for 9 cards and 9 envelopes. The coordinating colors are basic beige, cherry cobbler, garden green, pecan pie, and real red. Some elements of this particular kit have velour in them. So these are the instructions. There's picto instructions. There is not really any English in or like any words to give the instructions. It's picto instructions. And I did want to make note that the Abundant Joy dies are, I think they're just back ordered a little bit. The number is 1678.55. For those of you who subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, you may be able to get them at one point, but I do really like them. And this stamp set is something that you could use year after year. So the ink comes, the pecan pie comes with it. And we are going to do a alternative card with using the components of the kit. So sometimes I think, oh, well, say if somebody really enjoyed the kit, perhaps all they have is these offcuts and, you know, the extra things. So this is the negative part of the laser cut laser cut papers that come in the kit. So these are the negative pieces. So I'm going to use them because no one else is using them. And, you know, it's a kind of a fun little practice. So I am carefully cutting the letters J-O-Y, which spell joy. And basically I'm cutting them out of the negative piece, and then I'm going to use my wet glue. I call it Tombow. Some people call it green glue because it's in a green container. I think Stampin' Up likes you to call it multi-purpose glue. Yeah, I just call it Tombow glue because I go by brand names. I'm funny like that. It's weird. But anyway, I just very gently went around the edges of those letters. So you can see how I'm just tight lining it like your eyeliner. Yeah, I'm just putting it right around the edges there. So I have a piece of, this is a beautiful specialty designer series paper called Gathering Together. I love the plaid. So, and you got a little bit of shimmer in there, a little bit of sparkle, and me and sparkle, man, I love it. And so I have a little piece and I'm going to glue my letters down where I can, because they are going to be sort of the positive fill-in for those. And I do not care which direction I am putting these. I do not care. So it just, however they go and fit on is what I'm doing. And then I'm going to cut them out. So I'm going to fussy cut carefully, leaving a white border around the letters. So I'll show you a clear example here. I'm using the Y. I'm going to cut along and I'm leaving a little bit of white because I think it'll look better. And then, of course, I've cut them out. I cut it out completely. And then it was just easier to handle that way. And then, yes, so I fussy cut them. And we are going to go through the procedure just a little bit. And then I will put the dimensionals on the back of these letters, and they're going to be the focal point of my card. So this is pecan pie. I have stamped To the World. then on one of the card fronts, which is the cherry cobbler card front, I cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4, and I put it on a basic white thick card base. And basically I am able to, I use the white card bases because I don't have to put a white piece on the inside to put the greeting on, but also I can cut my card bases from the kit and like cut them in half so that I actually have 2 of the colors. So I'm kind of stretching my products a little bit. So this is a very simple card. I just had a little strip of basic white there, and I'm flipping it over so that I don't cut it incorrectly. Now those sequins come with the kit, and I'm going to embellish and decorate the front of my card with these. And then I'm glad I didn't do that. No, not that. This is the card, the final card. And I always ask, which one do you like better? Do you like the first card? Do you like the second card? Do you like the third card? It's interesting for me to know what people like and dislike. Well, as long as you're kind. And if you haven't commented before, it would be great if you did. Oftentimes I have to approve all of the comments. So if you don't see your comments straight away, you will. So here I use the stylish shape dies, and I chose a circle that's about 2 by 2 inches in diameter. I'm trying to make a wreath or a flower out of these velour pieces. So the little green parts of what I'm cutting, they're velour or flocking, or I don't even know what you want to call it. But anyway, so I fussy cut them as best as I could out, and I'm this whole section is all about fussy cutting. I do apologize. I am trying to do, obviously, alternatives. And I wasn't really that keen on the way the trees kind of looked. I thought they were weird. So I'm happy that I did this. And I am trying to make a wreath. I think if I had made things a little bit more directional, it would look more like a wreath and not like a flower. But I'm okay with how it came out. So I'm putting some of my dry adhesive. So this is Seal Plus. It's my favorite. It's very strong adhesive. And then I am sort of assorting my velour pieces. And yeah, so I'm using some twigs and then some of these little branches. I am trying to vary them. But it actually, to me, it looks more like a flower, to be honest, like a pansy. But, with some green, and it's all green. So, I mean, we do kind of have a wreath thing going. And on this section, so the second section of these, I put a glue dot on the tip and a dimensional on the backside. So that, you can sort of create your own. And then just glue dots for these little guys. I fussy cut them and I'm filling the gaps. I did try the sequins and it did not look right. And yeah, I don't know. And I think, like I said, if I had left more of a circle on the inside, it would look more like a wreath than a flower. But I'm not bothered. Like, I kind of like this. I'm jiving with it. I'll take it. Thank you very much. So I'm putting it on a piece of basic white. I cannot remember the size. I can measure it. And it's not basic white. It is from the kit. And I cut that piece down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And now I adhered it to the green piece, which was 4 by 5 1/4 on my thick basic white card base. And then of course, you know, I always forget the sentiment. I'm always doing all the things, and I'm like, well, where's the sentiment gonna go? So anyway, I use a label from the kit that already has like a pecan pie outline, this one. And so I decided to use Deck the Halls, because this kind of looks like a decoration that you'd want to decorate the halls with or your door with. So I think what it would have been kind of neat if I had made the flocking or the little velour pieces a little bit more directional instead of spreading out, going in more of a circle. And then had I really wanted it to look like a wreath, I could have used some twine or something and twisted that to make it look like it was a hanger. So there's another idea for those of you who are interested. I have put the sentiment on dimensionals in that bottom left corner, and then my sequins on the bottom right corner. And that is my second card for the Cozy Christmas Paper Pumpkin Kit. I did want to make mention, if you're watching this on YouTube, if you go into the community section, you will find a link that will take you to a PDF or payment for PayPal, and you can purchase this a dozen plus alternative ideas, the nothing that you're seeing on this video, but I'm a part of a team, and we would love to have you be inspired by all of us. So there's a link there, and if you're on my blog, you know where to go. Tutorials for sale, and that's sunstampin.com, and the tutorial is $15 American. So what we have here is some, you know how I said that we cut the cards base, or the card bases, in half so that you can, you know, double up. So that is kind of what I'm doing here. I cut some strips. So I have inch strips. I have, did I use inch strips? I think so. Yes. I used an inch strip, a 1/2 inch strip, and a 3/4 inch strip. I think this is my favorite card out of the three, just because I kind of like simplicity like this. It uses up your scraps. It gets you, it's very kind of geometric, and the words, the sentiment is very, I don't know, like, it's not overly done. It's more of a simple card. So anyway, you can see the direction I am taking these bits, these strips. So if you didn't have the Paper Pumpkin Kit, you can just use extra strips of your matching designer series paper. If you don't have a demonstrator, I'd be happy to share with you a catalog and show you how to purchase some designer series paper or patterned paper. But if you're already watching this, you're probably one of the folks that already has quite a bit of that paper. So I am filling in the gaps. I'm only doing half of my card. Now, isn't that interesting? So it's giving us a little bit of visual, and then on one side, and then which is a little playful, and then on the other side, it's more quiet, and then I should be able to put my sentiment on the quiet side and have it stand out, and it's not being overrun by our background. So I am filling up my background, just eyeballing the actual, you know, sides of this, or like strip, like I did not measure. Like, we're just doing it by my eyeball. And yeah, those little strips again are from the card bases from the kit. I used all of them, just cut some strips down. I have lots more. So the joy, I used one joy, the letter Joy, and then I used one of the background word, I don't know, do we call them shadows now? So I popped them up, but I am going to mess with this die cut. I didn't want anything velour on this card. And there is kind of like that snow, what is that? I don't even know. Is it poinsettia? Is that a poinsettia like velour fuzzy bit? I don't know. Guess what? It's going off. See you later. Bye. Bye. I'm cutting it off. And I cut off the bottom one too. And then when I looked at my joy word, the white part had too much going on the bottom, So then I had to cut that down. And I did it in a way that mirrored the top. So if you're ever lost when you're like doing something like this, whatever kind of was going on, before you messed with it is what you probably should like make a nod to. So I'm kind of going by the top. I don't want to go too far in that between the letters, but I think I did a pretty good job. And there is my word. And then that is put on dimensionals. And then, of course, I forgot the sentiment. Do you think that this is a reoccurring thing with me? I don't know. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I ink up the words to the world and I stamp it down underneath. So that is my third card for today. I do appreciate you watching. This is an addition. And if anybody knows what this is, you can, shout it out. I can hear you. No, I can't. This is Wink of Stella Clear Glitter Brush Pen. It is a paintbrush that gives out sparkle. I wish that we could have these in our real life. IRL. Okay, so so that the sequins go on, and you guys, this is my third and final card. Make sure you leave me a lovely comment telling me which card you like and also why. That is it for me today. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Monday with the continuation of the Lake House series. See you then.